The question earlier, remember, the Mossad don't have any idea that the attack was happening. What are your thoughts on that? How could they not know?
Yeah, that's a lot of people are asking that question. If you put on your conspiracy theory hat, you got to wonder. There's the rumors that Egypt told Israeli intelligence that a big attack was coming. So why didn't they stop it? I don't know.
Some people are saying the reason they justified for preemptively attacking Israel is because Israel is occupying their land and they are resisting an occupier or a colonizer.
Calling these war crimes, Joseph, would be charitable, in my view. This went beyond that. Hamas murdered 1,400 innocent civilians, went home to home, gunned down women and children in fields, over 200 dead at a music festival. We've seen images of that. Absolutely disgusting. Kidnapped over 100 hostages, raped women, beheaded babies, and on, burned people alive. It's just disgusting.
In my observation, there are innocent victims that die on both sides. Children and women dying in Israel, and children and women are also dying in Palestine. The Israelis are giving warning to the general public, evacuate so that you don't get hurt. But the reason I am not shy of calling Hamas as terrorists is because when they come and invade, they're actually seeking out innocent unarmed individuals and murder them. But when innocent children and women are dying in Palestinian territory or in the Gaza Strip, it's because the Hamas are using them as human shields. Who has the right to be on that piece of land?
First of all, Israel is the ancestral home of the Jews. Hamas, they were elected in 2006. They're an ISIS-like organization. They believe that Israel can exist. You can't reason with people like that. Students of the Bible know that during the end time, the world events will surround Jerusalem. It's all about Jerusalem. When you're talking about Bible prophecy, Bible scholars have their eyes on what is happening in Israel. Jesus told us before there would be wars and rumors of wars.
The Israelites are the chosen people of God. I totally 100% stand with Israel, but I will also call out that there are some mistakes that Israel as a nation state has also committed some errors here. I'm not a big fan of Netanyahu myself. I think he's a globalist, and I'm not a big fan of creating Israel into a nation state. Nation states are the creation of globalists and social engineers, the fabrication of the United Nations and the League of Nations. Biblically, Israel is a tribe.
How many ground troops can Israel man? Did you know that number? I just looked it up. And they got 360,000 in reserve. So Israel can field an army of 660,000. Now, according to people who know military history better than I do, when you're doing urban warfare, you need a 10-to-1 ratio. Now, on the Hamas side, they have 30,000 terrorist fighters, I'm going to call them that. They have assault rifles, heavy machine guns, rocket-propelled grenades, anti-tank weaponry, and long-range sniper rifles. On the Israeli side, they have all that, plus they have the F-35. They've got a huge fleet of tanks. They've got drone capability and so on.
I have to clarify. I am for 100% for the Israel people to go back to their ancestral land, but I am against the United Nations meddling with creating a nation state for Israel. I think that's where all the problem became, because they also persecuted in effect. It's a crime against humanity what they did towards the Palestinians who were there.
But I will give you some stats. Right now, the Hezbollah is actually a bigger threat, and they're located north in Lebanon. They have 130,000 rockets, precision-guided missiles. Unlike Hamas, they're well-trained. They have bigger forces, and so they're actually long-term. They're actually a bigger threat to Israel than Hamas is.
A rumor circulating. I've been given this information by one of my listeners, and I haven't verified or vetted this information, but he was telling me that it's actually Israel who created Hamas to try and destabilize the PLO of Yasser Arafat. Do you have any information if the IDF actually created Hamas to destabilize the PLO?
I think I remember hearing something about that. Well, it's very, very interesting. Iran actually recently formed an alliance with Russia. This has never ever happened in history. Any student of the Bible prophecy student, when they've seen that, the green light comes on, like, wow, this is actually mentioned in the Bible. This would happen. Those countries would come together.
The question is, why is the United States not mentioned in the end time? Is it because the United States will deteriorate and maybe cease to exist?